want to do another video real quick and basically explain to y'all why shutting down my. I just realized why shutting down my my calendar email was such a strong arm tactic that somebody had hatched out in a roundtable discussion because they had to sit there and fucking dream this shit up with about a dozen people to figure out different ways to screw me. But basically, by shutting down my calendar email address, because my email was, while I was inside of that psych ward, they put me in there for sticking a gun in my mouth on YouTube. The day after I got on YouTube, and the very day after I got on YouTube and said I'm going to get on radio and explain the hypocrisy of the drug war being promoted as, or Christianity being promoted as rationality for the drug war, that video had sat on the internet for like a month. And then I've had conversations with my dad. We had plans to meet up. It just doesn't even add up that was the exact time that they did it. And I had just gotten some money, and I was just about to pay off my email so then I could keep it going, because I got G Suite, so I got to pay them every month. And I didn't put any money into my into my bank account because I was living on that little bit of money I had in between car wrecks. I didn't know what was going to happen, so I was trying to play it safe so that money wasn't going to get sucked out of there. And they came in and, like I said, they swept me into that psych ward for the protest video I did where I said that I stuck a gun in my mouth. And then I said people are after me, which, God, what an understatement. The same cop who hauled me in for that ended up coming out to my house when I reported somebody breaking out my window and showed him pictures where they actually didn't even try to get in the car. And I was like, yeah, I really think this might actually be happening. And anyways, so the whole thing is that all my leads, all my appointments, I've got appointments to do while I'm running out of money. And it's just these fucking goddamn aristocrat hatchlings sit around and fucking fuck with me all day long. You're the most vapid, wasting people I've ever met in my life. Like my dad's wife, she's such a vapid mess. And she's such a, just goddamn arrogant. You know what I mean? You just the arrogance just spewing off of her ass. And it's just unreal. You know, these motherfuckers, nothing could be more important. And I remember one time she goes, Tanner, you can win. You can defeat these people. And I go, yeah, I guess Christ did. You know, and she goes, yeah, but they killed Christ. And then she goes, ha 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 ha. I wasn't laughing like that, but she did laugh. And so it's just, you know, like I said, they've now it's like, Jesus, who came up with this shit, man? I mean, you had to really put your fucking head into this, you know? Which, I've got a newsflash for you, it doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, I know I'll probably end up in a homeless shelter by the time it's all said and done. You know, y'all are like, your dad kicked you out. I wasn't living with my dad. He just put me in a house. He's got 3 of them, or 4, including that. And, you know, he's got cars that are worth more than houses, or as much as some houses. And so, and you know, I'm not gonna, and a yacht, and an airplane, and anyways, so my dad, the day after, I mean, I'm kicked out, you know, so he's so worried about me being suicidal, he just puts me out on the street, you know what I mean? With nothing, with no advance warning, with nothing. And, I mean, Jesus, if it wasn't for me, it doesn't matter. I mean, sure, you can make the argument that I don't contribute enough to the company, and that you need to kick me out, or whatever. That's fine, I understand, if that's how you feel. Not because it's justified, I don't believe that, but if you feel like that, I'm not going to argue with you. But don't just kick me out as soon as you get me out of a goddamn psych ward you stuck me in because you're so fucking concerned that I'm suicidal that you just got to kick me out on the street. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's very offensive and stupid and weird and strange and just ugly. You know, for lack of a better word. I don't like that word, ugly. Man, that's ugly. You know, it's just, you are just really, it's just not nice. You know what I mean? It's just not nice at all. You know, it's very weird. It's twisted. It's not, it's ugly. Okay? It's ugly behavior. It's an ugly spirit would do that. It's true, man. And, you know, it's just that, you know, I've got a limited amount of time. I really need to be out on the road right now running leads and getting as much business as I can. I've got leads coming in next week, but between here and then, I've got leads on Monday. I've got a couple to run on Monday. But between now and then, I mean, I need to be running whatever leads I have today. I don't even know where they are. I have no way of knowing. I've probably got a lead tomorrow. I have no way of knowing where it is or what it is. The people are going to probably call in pissed. In the end, this is going to really work to my advantage because now I'm just treating my customers like gold. They call in, I call them back immediately. You know what I mean? And in the end, this is going to backfire on some people because I'm so fucking happy that they actually did this. I couldn't put more money into my advertising budget because it was all linked up to their account. They're kind of supplementing me. My dad is, which kind of enabling me to be a fuck up in a way. And I don't think that he intended for it to be like that. I don't think he wanted that. But, you know, I don't think my dad really hates me or wants to turn on me. I think that he's more or less being provoked by this woman, and he's vulnerable to that. I mean, when it comes to women, I think he's pretty weak. And when women stepped out of the picture, it was like pure paradise. Dad buy me house, dad buy me, you know, put money in my account and do all this stuff. And I was trying to make it up to him, and I did, you know, with his marketing and stuff. I mean, I got some lucky breaks, found some people, but I'm always the kind of the force making this stuff happen. It's a long story. I know you don't want to hear about it. You're sitting there like, Tanner, you're rich. Shut up, you little brat. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just like, I started businesses on my own credit and then went to prison behind the drug war. And just, you know, my probation officer just dragging me through the drug war dragging me through the prison system over and over and over again because I was smoking weed on probation. And I got all these fucking lines in my forehead when I was 21. I haven't gotten any more, but I haven't gotten any less. And my girlfriend, I remember, was just like, where are all these lines in your forehead coming from? She was always asking me. And I can remember watching it happen. I would remember laying down in my bed and just being like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe this is happening to me. And just the amount of stress that it was just dragging me. Like somebody had put a train around my neck and just drug me down a fucking gravel road. Would have been less painful than what I was feeling emotionally. You know? And then lo and behold, this woman's a serial divorcee and has been through all these divorces and was just the most... I had another probation officer at one time for a short time after they put me through this program, which I found out was a Soviet brainwashing program modeled after a Soviet brainwashing program that really just caused people to commit suicide when it was instigated in the Soviet Union, called MK Ultra. Read it in a book called $1 Trillion Conspiracy. It's called Substance Abuse Felony Punishment Facility. They actually do those methods. The same methods. They put you in a circle and they... Anyways, holy shit, it's just so fucked up. I can't remember what the fucking point was anymore. It's just, you know, the probation officer they put me with that was associated with that program. I'd go in, drink a bunch of water. It was like no big deal. He didn't care, you know. I even brought it up to him one time. I was like, what about all this watered down piss? And he was just like, why are you asking questions? Now you're making me suspicious. Why are you asking questions? In other words, just shut the fuck up and take your blessing, motherfucker. And I was happy to. And, you know, it was just like, And it was just like, this woman, it was just, you dilute the piss, you come in the next day, and I still have nightmares about her, I still have nightmares where the nightmares don't make any sense. It's like, in the nightmare, she's going, well, you got to come in for a piss test today. Towards the end, I will give her credit. I mean, she did kind of start backing off. I don't know if it was this protest that I was making. I did make some serious protests and brought up some really valid points, which she then violated me for, and then ended up in front of a judge, and the judge goes, don't ever bring that up again, or you're going to prison. Because I was like, look at what, I was bringing up statistics and shit that was just blowing up in their face, like, well, look what they say it does to drug use when you stop it, and there's way more statistics than that. I mean, I've got a mountain of statistics from homicide to, the court's ability to resolve actual crimes to, how it creates crime to how many people are locked up in there, and it's just, it really is beyond the point to even bring it up, because it's like, we're talking about people's lives and what they do with themselves. Why don't you just get the fuck out of their business? Because you've overstated your point. It's disingenuous to them, but at the same time, what about the people who end up getting killed? Is it disingenuous to them to not bring it up? Is it disingenuous to the people whose, families get murdered by some psycho and they can't figure out who it was? It's all fucked up, and the whole point of this fucking video is just to explain something that just occurred to me as I'm sitting here going through my emails trying to figure out how to line up all these leads, and I'm like, okay, I got no way of lining up anything. And it just fucks me up that this is being hatched out on such a degree. It broke out my window. I'm just going to repeat what I said in my last video. It broke out my window on the same side of my car that wasn't fucked up, didn't get wrecked. So then I'll have that problem too to financially address while they sit around hatching out ways to make sure I can't make money. I broke out my window, went to my customer's house that I had to go to go by. Broke out their window, saw broken glass all over the driveway. It's disturbing shit is really what it is.